Hello, everybody. I am Siobhan Nolan coming back to you. We are right about to start fall season. I'm here with men's soccer coach Taylor Thames. So, Coach Thames, you came in here with a lot of experience. Army, University of Cincinnati, Stony Brook, Mount St. Mary's. You've had a lot of success in a lot of different places. So, what drew you to coming to coach at LaSalle?
Yeah, I think the first thing is incredible university with unbelievable support through the administration. And one thing that was really apparent coming to campus and speaking with a lot of people involved in the team is just the type of players that we have in the locker room and the character that they exemplify in what they do on the field, off the field. And ultimately that's something that is extremely important to any team and their success, and something I definitely wanted to continue building and part of that development. And ultimately I'm from the East Coast. I grew up in Rockville, Maryland, just outside of D.C. My wife is from New York, so it's a great kind of midpoint for our family as well.
And you're coming in, you're inheriting a team from the former head coach. So what sort of style and system are you looking to implement as the new coach for this team?
Yeah, I think the first thing is, they did a good job in developing this group and bringing in players that are very talented, that have a great mentality about the work they put in on the field. And for me, it's about making sure that now we have a structure in place that's going to help us in all facets of the game. For me, I want it to be exciting. I want those Salle students to come out and want to be here and be a part of what we're doing and see our growth and development over the course of the year. And that is a big feature of who we are in terms of the personalities on the field. We have guys that play in various attacking positions across the front who can score goals, and we have a group that is extremely hard to break down and defends well and are a tough group as well. So we do both.
You've only been here for a couple of weeks. You were just announced on August 9th. So what is your initial impression of the team and how the system of LaSalle soccer works here?
Yeah, so obviously it's been a bit of a sprint, and you have to hit the ground running, and preseason came, thick and fast, but the guys were extremely open and wanted to learn and invest in a lot of what we talked about over the course of the first couple of days, because that's what it was. Is after I took the position, I had a phone conversation with every single player, and it was our chance to really get on the same page and start to have a dialogue about what this should look like moving forward and how we take that next step. So that was the first step. And then when we got on the field and when preseason began, that's when we start to layer in some of the tactical information and making sure everybody's on the same page of what we do when we have it, when we don't have it, and ultimately it's about winning, so competing in everything we do as well.
And you've added 3 freshmen to your roster, a bit of not a downgrade, but a bit less than the 11 freshmen that we had come in last year. So what are you hoping that these 3 players bring to the team for the coming season?
Yeah, and the 3 players are very different, have different dynamics to them in terms of their personality and what they bring on the field, and the positions they play even. And so for me, it's finding their best fit within the team, making sure they can continue to feel comfortable in expressing themselves on the field, and their personalities come out and we see who they are early in the season versus at the end. And then they continue to gain understanding about what we want from them, what their 4-year experience is going to look like, and how we develop them over time.
And a very unique strength of this LaSalle soccer team, you have an ample amount of international talent, but you also have the same amount of talent that's homegrown in the U.S. So what is it like trying to find a balance for those very different styles and just making sure that you have a cohesive team and blend those 2 styles together?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the main thing is a huge part of what I did as a player was feed off of those different personalities and perspectives and what they bring, because I came into a roster that had a lot of different individuals as well, from different walks of life and different countries, and that certainly shaped who I was as a player. And as long as players are open to those conversations and continue to have those discussions, I think ultimately we'll be in a really good place at the end of the season. But I wouldn't change that for anything. I think that was something that was a huge bonus that I got to experience as a player, and I'm glad that our players do as I get to coach this team.
Yeah, they look really good. They looked really good last season, but in the A10 preseason poll, LaSalle was ranked ninth, which is not the most ideal position to be in. So does that give you sort of an aggressive chip on your shoulder, or would you rather just have your players keep their heads down and let the playing do the talking?
Yeah, we don't really get too focused on, what other people are saying about us and what they're not saying about us. And ultimately, I think we're going to continue to make sure that we're confident, we believe in what we're doing, and that our identity shows. When people come to play us, they know what we're about, and ultimately that's not going to change. And we try to focus on every day just continuing to put the work in, focus on the process, and win games.
And at LaSalle, the students love their soccer teams. You will see in your first home game, the fans always show out. They're always chanting. They're loud. What does that fervent support really do to help motivate you and help you get the results that you want to get with this team?
Yeah, home field advantage is everything. If we can continue to elevate that environment and the excitement about coming to a game, then we want to do it. Anything we can do to make the students feel closer to the team and closer to the atmosphere that that 90 minutes provides, then that's good for us, and we want to help with that. And certainly there's some things that I have planned and we have planned as a program, that whether it's short term or long term, that I think can continue to elevate that support and their connectedness to the team.
And for this season specifically, just what is the goal? What is the point that you are trying to prove in your first season with the players that you have and against the teams that you're going to be going up against?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be the team first, and they're going to be the people that we all as a program look to move us forward. And for me, I'm going to provide structure. We're going to be very clear about what our identity is. And ultimately, I'm going to trust the players to deliver in the moments that are going to need it the most. And for us, that's the A10 championship. And we want to win every game, as I think any college soccer player, any coach does. But when we get to the end of the season, we want to be playing our best soccer and making sure the best players are on the field and performing for LaSalle.
So in order to get to know you a little better, because you are kind of the new kid on the block, we're going to do a little bit of a fast five, just to kind of get a sense of who you are. So natural first question. In terms of professional teams, who is your favorite soccer team?
United.
Okay.
Yeah, without question. Always has been.
Fair enough. If you were stranded on a deserted island, what is three things that you would want to bring with you?
I need fire, so got to have some matches. I need a machete, I guess, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then I have to have third one. I gotta have somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta bring a tent or something along those lines.
Yeah, some sort of shelter.
I'm not gonna rely on anything else. I need my own shelter.
Very practical. And now that you're in Philly, what is something that you are most excited to do or see here that you haven't before?
Yeah, we had a conversation as a team about the cheesesteaks. And
Yeah.
it's a point of contention.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta figure out who's right, who's wrong. So we'll be making a trip kind of around the block and figure out where the best cheesesteaks are.
My personal recommendation is D'Alessandro's.
Okay.
I think that's where you'll find the best one, but all up to personal opinion. Now, what is a conspiracy theory that you 100% believe in? Just no one can convince you that it's not true.
Oh man, conspiracy theory that is 100% true. I'd say, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but I definitely believe in ghosts.
Oh, absolutely.
Spirits,
They're so real.
There's energy.
Oh,
And
100%. I absolutely agree with that. And if you could transfer any current professional player to this LaSalle team, who would you want?
I mean, it has to be Messi.
Yeah, you guys could have got him when he was out of contract at Barcelona.
We needed to figure out a way to make sure he had NCAA eligibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, world's best player, unbelievable talent, and somebody we're really lucky to get to watch, week in, week out.
Absolutely. And a little bit of a bonus question. You don't have to answer it, but just between you and me, who's your favorite player on the LaSalle team so far?
I don't have favorites.
Okay.
It's like my kids. I
Right.
don't have any favorites.
Of course. Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this interview. We're very excited to see you guys, watch you guys play more, and hopefully interview you and your players some more. And you guys can catch the men's soccer team. They're going to be playing Army tomorrow, August 26th, so look out for that. And that is it for our first preseason interview.